Hi, I'm Richard Vague with Tycos. Last week, we looked at immigration in the U.S. We noted how it had exploded. We also noted how that explosion had corresponded with a long period of declining fertility rates in the U.S. Business needs workers, and if birth rates are declining, some industries at least look to immigration to fill that gap. We also noted that as a byproduct of declining fertility rates, we have an aging population, and that the median age in the U.S. had gone from 26.7 years in the notable year of 1969 to almost 40 today. We see very similar trends in the UK, France, and Germany, and we'll look at Germany today. We now live in a world where the population of some countries is actually declining, as is the case in China, Japan, and Russia, and other countries face that same prospect in the near future. The world's population growth was pretty flat for thousands of years, with significant periods of decline, think of the Black Plague, before exploding with the Industrial Revolution. So the developed world has not dealt with population declines or even population deceleration in over 200 years, and arguably does not even have a framework for assessing the implications of those declines. First, let's look at Germany's fertility rate and median age. Since 1950, the fertility rate has been cut nearly in half. Importantly, that puts it well below the so-called replacement rate of 2.1 births. Simply put, that means that if left solely to growth from existing citizenry, the population would shrink. As a result, the median age in Germany has skyrocketed from 33 to almost 45. It's not just Germany. Low birth rates almost everywhere mean the world is growing old. Since internal growth has been supplying these countries with a shrinking labor pool, let's look at Germany's net migration, those folks that did get in legally and illegally. As a reminder, these numbers only include those that respond to census surveys or other similar data gathering efforts. German immigration has been very high and in some measure explains the rise of the AfD, its anti-immigration and Eurosceptic party. Immigration has been a major factor in recent elections in Germany and will continue to be. Immigration in Germany has been punctuated by three astonishing moments: the epical reunification that came in 1990, the Syrian refugee crisis in 2015, and the Ukrainian refugee crisis of 2022. The bold political decision to accept Syria's largely Muslim refugees in 2015 led to 1.7 million asylum applications in Germany between 2015 and 2019. And at least part of the calculus was the population growth dilemma. Combine this with over 1 million Ukrainian refugees in recent years, and Germany is now the country with the third highest population of refugees in the world. Right or wrong, the decisions that led to immigration brought an inevitable political backlash, with its detractors calling the Syria decision the worst decision a European leader has made in modern times. And with recent data from Germany's Federal Police Office showing that violent crime as of 2023 has reached a 15-year high, and that over 41% of all criminal suspects are non-German citizens. In contrast, its proponents claim that more than half of those who entered now work and pay taxes. If we look at border immigrant apprehension in Germany, we see a similar story, with totals climbing sharply since 2020. In any event, the population growth in Germany has slowed, and what growth there has been has come in meaningful part from immigration. In fact, without immigration, Germany's population would have been steadily declining since 1972. The consequence of all this is similar to that in the U.S. When people look around, their world looks strikingly different than it did just a few decades earlier. Here we see the percent foreign born in Germany has continued to grow over the past few decades. Hopefully that gives you a sense of the issue. This related group of birth rate, population growth, and immigration often gets politicized, and unfortunately now is one of those times, as we see increasingly in the rhetoric of current political candidates. Our purpose in this video is not to advocate one particular position, but to show from the data why this set of issues is so prominent. For many people in the US and Europe, the trends we are looking at are welcome, but the unavoidable truth is that for just as many, they bring significant concern and unease. There are profound implications in both directions that we would be remiss not to consider. Population declines do have economic implications. In fact, the deceleration in population growth alone, much less population decline itself, has significant implications. Increased immigration is one of those. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the conversation going in the comments. Thanks.